What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels to look out for, and what the future for the stock could look like. So real quick, if you want to drop that like and subscribe to my channel, I do these on a daily basis, and comment down below if you are in Apple or what your thoughts on Apple are. And it has been a rough day. Apple, actually let me hit record and we'll talk about it. So hit record, let's hit the 1-day chart, and as you can see, that's not the direction we like to see things, right? Apple is down $3.49 today, which is almost a 3% drop in 1 day. So that's pretty sizable drop for a company the size of Apple. And the super weird thing about it is, it happened on a day where NASDAQ is pretty much flat, right? Up 0.22%. We've got the Dow up 336 points, which is a little more than 1%. And the S&P is up $2, which is about 0.6%. So for Apple to drop 3% on a day where all three major indexes are green is not something that happens on a daily basis. The other kind of big tech name that I was looking at and talking about to some of you guys in the comment section is Amazon. And Amazon is down $1, which is 0.03%. It's up $1.11. So it's basically flat for the day. So seeing Apple down a lot is not something that I enjoyed seeing. As you know, we were talking about kind of that 117 channel holding up. Clearly it didn't. So let's take a look at what happened today. So we opened in the 117s, kind of the way things had ended in the previous video, right? And I had talked about, the sort of channels we're looking at. We're looking at 117, 119, 120, 150, and then all the way down here we were looking at 113 to hold up as support, as it has done previously. Now, what happened was we fell, right? And we fell to 117, and we did see a little bit of a bounce, but then we broke below it, then we came above it, hit VWAP, rejected it, came below the 117. At this point though, right, this candle right here was probably the last attempt it made at 117, and then we fell, all the way from 117 to 115. Then we were sideways for a little bit, and then another sort of red wave to get us down to 113.80. At that point, I was maybe seeing it fall even to 113. But then, I made a little bit of a push. I thought I was going to try to make a run at VWAP. Did not. And then we saw a huge drop again, all the way down. And then we kind of ended in the 113.75 range. The one thing that I do want to point out in the whole day is something that I love looking at, and that's the VWAP. We, other than the very beginning of the day, did not even hit up against VWAP. That is great weakness in the stock. So I was looking, here we got pretty close to VWAP, but then we didn't make it. So that combined with the fact that, we ended so we were at this bottom high 113s, then we made a push in the 115s, but we ended in the 113s. Also not a good sign for the stock. So let's take a look at our daily chart, and I'll kind of, what is this line that I've drawn? We'll kind of share, since this is the 113 support. So what is this line that I have drawn? And we'll kind of take a look at that. So what Apple is now doing, right, we've sort of talked about this, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. For the past 6 candles or 6 trading days, we've made lower highs. So going from 120.99, 120.67, 119.82, 119.06, 118.77, and 117.62, which was the high for today. We've made lower highs for the last 6 days. That's definitely not a good sign. And then, we were making lower lows for a while as well. But as you could see, from 6 days ago to now, the candle is dropping, and this is a huge red candle. Again, not a good sign for the stock. So taking a look at kind of where the stock could be headed in the future, right? This 121.50, way out, right? This 119, kind of way out too. 117 is a point that the stock could push towards. And if it gets there, that's good news for the stock. We could be talking about the channels again, talking about the potential for a breakout. The other side to that is we could drop to this 113 mark, which I have drawn for a while. And then we could drop to, kind of some of these 3 lower candles than the 113, which we had, October 30th and the beginning of November. And those were kind of in the 111s, 109s, 110s, around that range. So if we go down tomorrow, 113 is sort of the first mark we test, and then we've got some indicators to look at, but other than that, it could be these 3 candles that we fall to. Now, taking a look at the moving averages, there's no point, right? Because they're the 50 moving average is 115.40, the 20 moving average is 116.08. I would personally like to see it push towards that, right? But the way it fell today, it didn't even really use those as support other than like very momentarily. And then taking a look at the EMAs, what we have is, so we've got the 8 EMA all the way at 117. For those of you guys that watch me, I like to see a stock riding that 8 EMA. So long way before I could get there, kind of aligning with our 117 mark. Then we've got the 21 EMA at 116.89, 34 EMA at 116.42. Again, they're way up there. Well, not really way up there, but they're kind of ways away. We'd have to have a green day like the red day we had today for us to overtake those. The 55 EMA is at 115, and then the 89 EMA is at 111.20. So personally for me, if Apple does continue to go down tomorrow, although I think Apple is a bit oversold, it could continue to go down. If it goes down, I want to see that 113 point, but if we were to breach that, the next would be the 89 EMA at 111.20. And then, these 3 candles that I've sort of highlighted on this graph. As you could see, at that point too, we found the 89 EMA as support, where you could see, we were kind of bounced off of that. We either closed on that, we opened on that, or that was the low set for those days. So that 89 EMA has held up as support, and I would expect it to if we were to drop to that level again. Apple is not a stock that typically falls below all 5 EMAs. Anything is possible. I want to remind you guys, don't go based off of just what I'm saying, but and historically, right, it doesn't fall under all 5 of those EMAs, and if it does, it doesn't stay there for too long. With that being said, that's sort of what I see happening. As you know, I'm long in Apple, will continue to be, right? And I've got some vertical put spreads on both Apple and Amazon. Amazon's flat, so I'm not losing money there, but with Apple, I do have a plan and a stop loss, right? If it continues to drop tomorrow and we break the 113 channel, I'm probably gonna get out of those trades and look to put on a new trade based on the new setup that I see. But yeah, that's all kind of I see right now. It all depends on whether we make a push towards some of those EMAs and moving averages in the 115s, 116s, or if we continue to drop, and at that point, what we find support at, whether it's the 113 level, the EMA at 111.54, or even down further. I think it's a little bit oversold, but what we're seeing right now is a rotation out of big tech names into some of those depressed stocks that sort of had taken a hit during COVID. As we're getting more vaccine news, that's positive for the overall economy and the overall market, but it could mean that people kind of shift away from those tech names that we've seen growing. I also was doing a lot of small cap electric vehicle index trading, not index trading, but stock trading with NEO and Solo, Candy, all those. So I'll make a video on that likely, so be on the lookout for that. But that's all I had for you guys on Apple today. I know it's not a great day. I know it's not what we want to see. But the last thing I wanted to highlight is this bull flag that I sort of see forming, right? This top coming in, this bottom coming in. Did not really like to see this red candle, but that's sort of what I have this horizontal line on, as you can see here, right, where it bounced off of here today in the 113s. And then again, we found kind of support there at the end of the day. So I'm going to be monitoring that and kind of see if the bull setup holds. If it does, maybe we see it firing. I don't personally think that's going to happen this week just because it's Thanksgiving week, so the volume's probably not going to be there. But if the setup holds up, then that bull flag is something we could look at and to see, if it bounces, which it did today. So if it continues to bounce off of these levels and kind of the range gets smaller, we could see it firing. Not always a good sign, but most likely it is. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. That's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated, rightfully so, but that's the nature of the stock market. You win some, you lose some. So let's remember to be a bit better every single day. And until next time.